All right, Redhawks, now that we have gone through, hopefully, and looked at how we access UDOIT and kind of move around within the tool to find where our issues are, let's go ahead and start to look at what some of these issues are and they mean. We'll focus on the ones that are pretty easy to fix within Canvas or within UDOIT, because if you're not super familiar with accessibility, some of these terms may seem a little bit intimidating or confusing. So I've put together a course with some common issues that you might run across, um, so I can kind of take you through and show you how to fix them. You might come across some things that, even with the resources that we've provided, might still be too confusing. Those are definitely issues where you want to escalate that to someone on TLDE. You can email Canvas admin directly, and then somebody can respond and help you work through those. Sometimes it's just that UDOIT's looking very specifically and it finds something that maybe isn't necessarily an issue once you've reviewed it with human eyes. It could be sometimes there's nothing actually on the screen. It's just some back-end code that never got deleted. Some of those can be a little bit tricky to track down. Um, but a lot of these things can be solved from within Canvas. And we're going to focus on those items and what those are as we move forward here. So we'll just start here at the top, and we're going to first look at links. And I try to go through and make up some groupings of errors that you might find that apply to each of the different topics that you might have to look at. So with link text, it's saying that it doesn't contain text, there's an adjacent link found, or it has nondescript text. So what do those things mean, and how do we fix that? And what do we need to do for link to text? So let's go ahead and look at our example. I'm going to go ahead and click, and you'll see here it's a suggestion. It can't be 100% sure that everything's like it should be, but it needs us to take a look at it, and it'll say link has nondescript text. And I actually put a couple different things in here to look at. So sometimes you'll get a preview over here of what specifically the tool has found that you need to work on. Sometimes this little yellow box will be around nothing. Sometimes it'll say the preview can't load because the file's too big. So there's some different ways. So certain things I could just go ahead and work on from here, depending on how things are set up. So like on this one, if I wanted to change this link text to be more descriptive, I could do it here. So what we want to do is avoid general terms like click here. If I'm using a screen reader, I don't know where here is going to take me, and it might take me a lot of clicks on my keyboard if I don't have the ability to use a mouse to open that link, only to find out I don't really need it and I could have just moved on past it. So we want to make sure that it's clear. So really that link should be on policies at the very, very least, and it probably should be a little more robust in saying what those policies are. Also, because of the way this is phrased, using this link text here is not going to be our best option, because it's going to say to learn more about our policies, click here on our policies or click our policies. It would be difficult to do. So what we can do then is UDOIT will direct us right to where we need to be, and we can click on the page where that error is found, and it will take us there, so we don't have to go hunt it down from all the pages and assignments and discussion boards that we might have within Canvas. So we're going to click Edit. You'll see here I have a correct version. For course policies, review the LMC Student Code of Conduct. When I click on that, I know what I'm getting, I know where I'm going. It even has the type of file that it should open in parentheses behind it. Versus to learn more about our policies, click here. Again, I don't know what policies or anything like that. If I needed to fix this, let's say that I wanted to move that link. If I click on link options, it'll show me the link that I used. I can just go ahead and copy that. Let's say I want to put it on the policies. I can say external, and then click copy and paste. And then that gives me a much better option than click here. The other thing that comes up sometimes is full links like this. Again, that should be avoided. This is the same link as this. I just put it there for explanation purposes. But sometimes we'll see things where it says like the name of the video, and maybe the video is even linked there properly, and then the link appears after it. I'm sure at one point it was said that that was good policy because then you could copy that link easily if it wouldn't open for some reason. But now with accessibility, we'd want to avoid that because a screen reader is going to read this thing character for character and make it very difficult to navigate. So we wouldn't want to include that. Now I know it has come up. What if I'm using something as like a source or my email address because I do want them to be able to physically see it? Those things would be okay. That's not something that would mark a course as inaccessible. You might still see it flagged by UDOIT, but there's ways to mark some of those things as okay, which I'll show you here in a bit. But that's what we mean by links, and that's how we adjust those. Those are the two big things. Again, we just want to make sure that we are making sure the link we're providing is very specific as to where it's going. Now, once we took care of that issue, we could get rid of this page. It's not going to immediately, if we manually go fix it like that, it's not going to immediately show up as resolved. We'd have to rescan the course. But in this situation, it would be the best way to address that problem.